your first time seeing any part of my new apartment because I now live in Chicago in a studio and it is so small. I am honestly so excited about this because this is like the content that I first started my channel with, and I feel like I kind of lost that as I moved into my house, and now that I'm back in a studio, I'm so inspired to make all of these content videos for you guys again about like actual organization and stuff. If you can hear construction in the background, I'm sorry. They're doing construction near our building and there's just nothing I can do about it. To jump into today's video, I wish I could give you a full apartment tour, but my apartment is not done yet and I am not showing you until it is, but my kitchen's done and it is my pride and joy because your girl loves the kitchen. I love to cook, especially now that we're in Chicago and things are pretty expensive and we're trying to budget as best as we can. Cooking has been a lifesaver. We live super close to a Trader Joe's, so I've just been buying all my groceries and then making everything here, but our kitchen is so small. I thought my kitchen in my old apartment was small. Oh my gosh, that thing seems huge now. I can't believe how little space we have here. It's crazy. I feel like I was able to work with it and I made it super functional, and I'm honestly so proud of like some of the organization ideas that I've come up with. So what you can see behind me, this is our whole kitchen. Please notice, this is the sink. There's no countertop space. Over here, there's like 6 inches of countertop space and that's it. And then we have the stove, 2 cabinets down here, 3 drawers right there, which are like oddly skinny. These open shelves, microwave, and then we do have like this set of cabinets and that set of cabinets, but they're super hard to access because look how tall they are. And this one's over the fridge, which makes it really inconvenient to get into. We had to work around it. So the very first thing we did, and we did this even before we moved in, was we bought this rolling island cart thing. I'll show you more of like the organization side of it in a second, but just so you can see this side. So it already came and had on it this spice rack, which is awesome because I can just put like my most commonly used spices. Like I use these every single day. And then it has this towel rack. So we have these down here, super easily accessible. And then we really didn't have room in here for a dining table. Our apartment's like pretty compact. So we got one that had this overhang. So we can sit here and I can work from here or eat from here, but also this is our primary countertop because we don't have any countertops in the kitchen. I can use this to do all of my chopping and organizing while I'm cooking. I don't know how I would even work in the kitchen if it wasn't for this. I bought this used and I got it for like $100, which was a huge deal because if I was to buy it new, it would have been closer to like $350, I think. They do have cheaper options of them, but I really, really liked this one. So on the back side of it, the chairs are over on the other side. This side is drawers, cabinets, and shelves, which is super convenient. Over here, there's a paper towel holder, which is awesome because there wasn't really space in our apartment to put a paper towel holder. I also keep the trash can right below that because our trash can's too big to keep under the sink, but this is a perfect spot where it's hidden away. I also keep this fruit bowl. If you watched my previous kitchen video, you would have seen I had this bowl then. I keep fruit, onions, potatoes, those kinds of things in here, so this just lives on the counter because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. So in this first cabinet, I have like my blender, and then down below is my Instant Pot and this strainer. I've talked about it in a couple of videos, but this is the most convenient strainer because of how it folds up. And so I highly, highly recommend this if you're living in a studio. This came from IKEA and I think it was like $5 or something, but it just folds flat like that and then I can store it in there. Then right here, my shelves. So this one has my big glass bowls with the plastic lids, the Pyrex ones that came from Target. These are super convenient and I use the different sizes all the time. Down below, I have a bread tin and a muffin tin. I also have this thing, which you would have seen in my last video, to like organize pots and pans. I just honestly haven't figured out a use for it yet, so it's kind of living there. I might get rid of it, I don't know. And then down on the lowest shelf, I know I've talked about these in a previous video as well, but these are my glass square Tupperwares. These came from IKEA. I love these. I use them all the time. The different sizes are super convenient and they stack in each other, so it's really easy for storage as well. On this side's a little bit more messy, but I have like my pots and pans down at the bottom. I just have 2 pots in there, and then all of my lids, all of my pots and stuff with handles didn't fit down there. So those are just my 2 pots that didn't have handles. Then up top, I have a bigger glass Tupperware, like a lasagna sized one. And then all of my miscellaneous like water bottles, my Yeti cup, a big drinking cup with a straw, like those kinds of things that I didn't really know where to put. So in this drawer is all of my other spices. So you would have seen like my spices are right there, my most commonly used ones. But in here is all of the other spices. So everything that I do use, but I don't use quite as often. And then this drawer is is still a work in progress. I'm not in love with it yet, but I have like bag clips, some freezer bags, my reusable silicone bags I talked about in a recent video. These are great, and some IKEA bags. These ones I don't plan on rebuying. They're here from our last house, so I think I will get rid of these soon. And then I also have my knife sharpener and my zoodle maker. Knife sharpener is like the best investment anyone can make in a kitchen. It saves all of your knives. So next, I'm just gonna jump into these drawers. Number one, these drawers are awesome. Like, they're the anti-slamming kind, which is really cool. This top drawer, I just put all of my knives and my scissors. I wish I could organize these better, but the width of the drawer was too small for a lot of the organizers, plus it's not long enough. So I need to figure out something, because like this kind of drives me crazy. For now, it's okay. Also, I still have my same set of knives from IKEA as I did in my last video. These knives have been awesome, and getting a knife sharpener really, really makes knives last a long time. The drawer below it is honestly like my pride and joy. So this drawer is a deeper drawer. And so I have over here like my cooking oils, honey, some taller spices, and then in this little container I have my measuring spoons, a bottle opener, very important, a garlic crusher, can opener, and then my citrus squeezer. I use all of these things all the time, so like none of them I could get rid of. I really felt like I needed them all here. But then this thing lifts out. I got this container from IKEA. It was literally like a few cents, and that comes out, and then down below I have like my coconut oil, my funnel, my measuring cups, and then my egg slicer. I also use all of those all the time. So the way that this sets up and then this just fits right in is super convenient. It makes it so that way I'm able to use multi-levels, which is something that I found is really important, is to be able to take advantage of all of your vertical space. Down below that, in this bottom drawer, this drawer is just Alex's food that I don't eat. So he has like cereal and bagels and tortilla chips. I like putting that separate because I'm a lot less tempted to eat it, and he knows exactly where to go to have his food that he can snack on all the time. So in the bottom drawer of my oven, this is where I keep all the pans that have handles. So I just have one pot, two pans, and a pizza dish. I don't know what those are called. Pizza round. These are all in here because the handles are too long, but in total I just have 2 pans and 3 pots. Honestly, I don't need 3 pots, and I think I might get rid of one, but right now I have 3. These are the 2 cabinets under the sink. Right next to them I keep Louis' food and water bowl. It's just been really convenient since the water comes from the sink and his food is kept under the sink. So I added these sticky hooks to hold Louis' leashes here, so that's been really convenient. And then we have this big bag, the Lululemon bag. It's just filled with reusable shopping bags. Chicago does it where you have to pay for your plastic bags, which is awesome. I'm a big fan, and it's really been making me use our reusable bags. So those are there so I can just easily grab them when I go out the door. I actually keep our dish brush and our hand soap and our dish soap. All of that lives under the sink just to make it a lot less cluttered up top, and it's all really easily accessible. I mean, I'm standing there anyways. All I have to do is open the cabinet, pump soap in my hand, close the cabinet. It keeps it out of the way. So I love that. And then I just have trash bags, some of Louis' treats, his food. I have this container. It's not super well organized right now. This has all of our cleaning stuff in it. So I have my cleaning rags, extra dish soap, Swiffer things, Windex, all of that stuff lives in here. So if I am cleaning, I can just pull out this container and get to whatever I need. Up top, and I'm sorry, please ignore the ring light reflection as well as the cord. This is to my ring light. It's really, really dark today. Up here is my sink. So I just have this little cactus that you would have seen in my home tour, a pineapple plant, and this little container, which I put my keys in. So there's just like my keys and chapstick and stuff, so I can just grab this on my way out. And then this container, which I leave by the door, which has treats in it. And this is that way when Louis goes potty outside in the dog area, I can come in, I can just give him a treat right away because he still hates that thing. Then like I said, there's no soap or brushes up here. All of that lives down below the sink. I like how clean it is. I have this utensil container. You would have seen this in my original studio tour as well. It came from Home Goods or something, but I keep in here all of my spoons and spatulas and things that I use for cooking. This is something we got for here, and this has been so crucial. I just store it up here because I don't know where else to put it, but this is a dish drying rack. So it opens up like that, and we just place it over the sink, and now this is all space we can use to be able to dry our dishes because there's nowhere. Like, I'd have to put them on the stove. And then once I put all the dishes away, I can just roll it up and I just store it. Moving on up, so over on this side, this is where I keep our coffee mugs. I have our French press. I highly recommend a French press for a studio apartment. It is so much smaller than a Keurig. And then I have the coffee in a jar. Back here, mirror. Then over here I have our 4 sets of plates, big and small, and I have 4 bowls. This set came from IKEA. It was really decently priced. I really love the look of them. I love this gray and that they're really simple. Then I got this little plant from Trader Joe's. Look at how cute he is. We have these same cups. These are the same cups we had in our old apartment. I just like them because they're super sturdy and hard to break. These are from IKEA. They come in a pack of 6. This is all of our utensils. So I just put them in this mason jar, but this is everything. So all of our knives, forks, spoons, and I got this gold set from Target and I love them. They were really cheap too, the cheapest gold set I could find. So to get up to any of our top shelves, I need to use this step stool because everything is super high, but this came from IKEA and it's super convenient. Watch I fall as I'm doing this. So this is where I keep like a lot of my dry goods. I do have this plant. He's seen better days, but we're hoping for a recovery. Then I have like coconut flakes. I have this strainer. I don't know what to do with it yet, so it's kind of just hiding up here, but I have had that since my old studio as well. Then I have like curry powders, chia seeds. I have this container of all reusable straws because let's save the sea turtles, everyone. Behind that, I have my cheese grater. Then I have these containers which have various things, so like rice, tea, popcorn. I use this shelf more often than you'd think. Thank goodness for this step stool because I don't know how else I'd get up here. And then while I'm up here, this is really just like a miscellaneous cabinet. So I just have like cords and other filming stuff I use, as well as like a pet first aid kit and some candles. I don't get in there too often. Over on this side, these cabinets are kind of a pain because I have to reach over the fridge to get to them. So again, with the step stool, because I can't reach. So this is kind of just like snacks, other miscellaneous baking stuff. This bag is full of stuff that I use to make Alex's lunches, sauces. I don't use this that much. This is more like dry goods that aren't displayed. It's just really hard to get into. Right here to the side though is this chalkboard mirror. It's just a big sticker chalkboard mirror, and then I can write on it anything we have coming up. But this is great because it makes it so that way, like if Alex and I have something going on, he can just glance at the mirror as he's walking out the mirror. Have I been saying mirror? Anyways, he can glance at this on his way out the door and see what's going on today. So over here I have my tea kettle. I drink tea and coffee all the time, so I use this a lot. It's the only appliance I leave out. My cutting board, which I just slide in here. And then I got this hook from IKEA. It's been super, like it's stuck on really, really well. I've hooked my pot holders onto it, so that lives there, and it's just great because like I'm right at the stove, so I have it whenever I need it. This cord is actually for Christmas lights, because those actually go all the way through the cabinet and then are kept up here. But at night, you can't actually see the physical lights, but it glows like we have like fancy lighting up there, which is nice because I don't really love our kitchen light. Also, we have this pothos here, which is growing all the way down. One thing really quick that I forgot to mention is I have this shelfie thing, and then I have one up there too underneath the spices, but those are just from IKEA and they're super, super convenient, really easy to put together, but being able to have those 2 levels so you can stack more stuff makes a huge difference. So that's everything. I am really proud of the way I've made use of all the space in our kitchen. It is so small, but I worked really hard to like actually be able to make it functional because I do love cooking so much, and having a kitchen that works for me is really important to me. I hope that made all the sense to you. If you have any questions about any of the products, please let me know. I'd love to be able to tell you. And if you live in a small space or a studio, or you're moving into one, definitely subscribe to my channel. I am gonna be making so much more content on small space living. It is something I'm super passionate about, and I can't wait to be able to help you guys out more. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like I said, this reminds me so much of my older content, and I'm so excited to jump back into this, and I can't wait for you guys to like be a part of this journey with me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.